I have already shelled pistachios if you'd like them.
Are they garlic and onion?
They're salted and peppered.
Are we going?
Yeah.
I love it. I love having snacks on the pod.
Yeah? I'm sure the audience loves it. You love hearing people eat? Well, then you'll love the 1 Millionth podcast.
Some ASMR.
Is it about cooking, the podcast? No, it's just they eat a lot while they do the podcast. It's pretty
Chris
not...
doesn't so much eat more, so he just swallows it whole like a duck.
I do. Also, I can unhinge my jaw like a snake. Also, my computer just updated in case that was caught on the microphone.
There was no way it was.
There was no way it was, but just in case. Double update.
Dub date.
Dub date. This is the last one face-to-face for a while.
Yeah,
You're going to Nashville.
I am.
That's how they say it down there.
I like Louisville.
Yeah. And Huntsville. Nashville. I might be wrong on that.
I don't think so. I think they call it Nashville.
They call it Nashville? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you've been down there before to work.
I was only there for work, and it was for like 4 days, maybe it was a week.
Yeah. Now you're going for 2 months.
I'm going for 2 months.
We're taking the pod remote for the first time.
Yeah, we might add video. We might not.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Otto's joining me. He's going to be a Tennessee dog.
He's gonna be a hotel dog.
He is going to be a hotel dog. I got him a little anxiety bed.
Oh, nice.
That like, he basically just, once he gets, it's like I'll just show it to you.
You should probably also get like a one of those fire sticks.
I'm taking my Apple TV.
Oh, there you go. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Up top,
Look
Andi.
at this little bed. It even has a little blanket attached to it on top so he can burrow. Because he can't get under the bed at the hotel.
Oh, yeah. Look at him. That'll be great.
He's going to be so cozy.
It'll be so cozy.
Little Cosmolo's Otto man. He doesn't have any idea what's going on.
2 months without Andy Rue. Face to face.
You're going to be there a month in.
It'll be Andy Rue Zoom. Andy Zoom.
I'm going to see you halfway through.
Yeah, but I'm only going to be there for the night.
How come you're only there for one night? Mom and Dad are there for like 5 days.
I don't know. I told them I was only going to be there for one night.
Oh, well, we get to go have fun without you.
Yeah. I think mainly because I've never been to Nashville. And I don't think it's 5 days. I think it's like 4.
You're there Tuesday through Friday, I believe.
Yeah. So that's, 3 days? You do the math at home. So yeah, because I'm going to Memphis because we have to work the whole show out in like 3 days. And then that's like a week that Zach has off. And so he's like spending every moment with the kids. So
fucking loser.
I know. We won't come up till the day of the show, most likely. And then I was just looking at flights last night. Odds are I'm going to have to be on the first flight out because I think there's only one nonstop from Nashville to Phoenix.
Why are you going to Phoenix?
I have a friend's wedding.
Oh.
So, yeah. But cool thing is I get to stay at Mark's house. And just it'll be kind of a mini vacation because it'll be kind of a weekend off, but with a wedding. And I've already told the groom that I wasn't coming to the Thursday thing because I was going to need a night off after Wednesday.
Right.
And he was very cool about it. And so...
Are there still tickets available for that Wednesday thing?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For the You and Zach show?
Yeah, I need to call and have them hold some back because we're going to have, I'm sure, quite the guest list.
Yeah. My production might want to come.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay. But
no, I know. I don't want free tickets for 30 people.
Yeah, but yeah, if they want to come, it should be fun. Christian James Hand is doing a session right before. He's the opener.
That's right before Gary James Foot.
Yeah, he's the guy that does the sessions on Instagram.
Right.
So yeah, that should be fun. And then but 2 months in a hotel. Welcome to my world. Actually, those hotels are kind of because I've stayed in quite a few, and almost always there's like a guy that's been there for like 8 months.
This one, well, I don't want to give myself away. But
Yeah.
this one just opened like a month ago.
Oh, that'll be great. He moved a bunch of furniture around in the living area and made it like his office.
Oh.
So just word to the wise idea for you.
I have a friend, Jordy was sequestered in Atlanta for 2 months, I believe. But he had to live in a bubble in a hotel.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which was gross. But I was like, do you have like a list or something of stuff that I should think to bring that I wouldn't think to bring? Like power strips. Or, my Apple TV and an HDMI cord.
Rope and paper.
A rope and paper for what?
For in case you just want to end it.
And, well, I'd need a pen. What am I supposed to...
No, they got pens at the...
What, am I supposed to write the note in blood?
Well, then you won't need the rope.
Sideshow Bob, why don't you just use a pen?
Also, to your right, don't forget it. You won't need it in Nashville. Along with the case for your microphone, Uncle Jeff's record. There it is.
I don't know. I bet I have room for it.
So, yeah.
Cool.
I just wanted you to take that with you.
Yeah, no, I figured that's why it was on the chair next to where I sit.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's the 1 Millionth Podcast. I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
You know the deal. She's the sister.
I'm the sister.
And I'm the brother.
He's the sister.
Wait, what?
What?
Anyway, we're Scott and Carol's kids, although they might not admit it, depending on the episode that week.
We've been holding her attention.
We got kudos last episode.
The numbers are coming back, and they're coming back positive.
The first ever episode kudos from Mom.
It only took 147.
So
For her to say, I thought that was funny.
We're improving.
Yeah.
Day at a time.
Yeah.
Also, I believe that moving the pod earlier into the day is very beneficial for everyone.
It behooves us all.
Because we're a little more with it. We're not exhausted.
I'm a little bit country. You're a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah. And
I've got some gastrointestinal shit going on. I haven't eaten today. I've been up working since 6 this morning.
Okay.
And I had coffee, which I don't have. The last time I had coffee was the last time we did a podcast.
Okay.
And I made it so weak because I've just been like doing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to Nashville for work basically, and I'm working right now and also trying to pack up my life.
Yeah.
To move for 2 months.
Also, you found out about this win?
Last Friday.
Yeah.
And that was 5 days ago.
It was literally like, hey, what are you doing next week? Do you want to leave town for 8 weeks?
Well, I was told it was only a couple weeks to a month. And then when they called me to give the offer, they're like, so you're there till December 9th. And I was like, oh, hachi machi. That's quite the tour. But it'll be nice to get out of LA during the butthole of summer.
Yeah, but you'll miss the shaft of fall, which is the best.
The taint of autumn.
The taint of autumn. Well, no, because it's like, I love fall in Los Angeles.
Why?
It's just.
When is it?
It's not. It's like 6 weeks.
December?
No, because the weather's about to break. It'll probably break 2 weeks from now. And
we always say that, but then there was that 190-degree Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, was that El Nino or was that
know.
El Guapo? It's probably one of the L's.
But what was I saying? Oh, so I realized I hadn't eaten anything, and I'm trying to eat everything in my kitchen so that it's, the people that are coming to stay at my apartment don't have weird smells in 6 weeks.
So you're leasing are you?
I am not subleasing. I just have 2 friends staying at my place.
Oh, okay.
Take care of my plants, get my mail.
For sure.
Yeah.
Fuck on your bed, poop in your toilet.
Well, yeah.
Let's think about the bad things.
At least someone is. But I had this protein. I ran out of my regular protein powder. And I was like, I found some, and I was cleaning out a closet the other day, and I looked at the expiration date, and it was last December.
Oh, no.
Do you think that's bad? My tummy doesn't feel great.
I bet it doesn't.
I don't think it's bad.
I bet it does. Well, to be fair, I found out I've been using Rogaine that's been expired for like 2 years.
Oh, that's why it's not working.
Fucking wow. Just gonna go right into it.
You can't set me up like that.
I know. Yeah, it's like you can't set them up like that.
I was just directing a VO session with this actor, and he said the line, and he was like, "All right, how about we just do that one in one take then?" I was like, "All right, do you want to start now then?" And he was like, "Oh, that was mean." Because his take wasn't funny.
Oh, there
Neither
it
was
is.
the second one. We had to do 4.
At least the confidence was there. Well, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good.
Other than, I'm sure was a mild panic attack for 36 hours.
It started on Friday. I forgot what I did this weekend, and I just remembered, and yikes. Boy, do I have a story. I so Friday I get the phone call that was like, hey, do you want to go to Nashville for a little bit? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, why not?
Which also,
Nashville rules.
How weird is your life? Where, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. Because you were a little worried, as you are at the end of most gigs when you're a freelance, when you're a cowboy.
That's the meme. That's the meme everyone uses where it's like, when you're working, you're like, I love my job, everything rules. And it's like the week you don't have a job, you're like, I'm never going to live again.
Yeah.
There's no point in surviving.
And then you get a phone call and you're like, oh, by the way, you're not going to be home for 2 months. And you're going to make more than you've ever made. And fucking gross. You know what? Now that you farted on this phone call, we're going to go ahead and withdraw all the offers. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
that
man.
fucking protein, there's no way that's going to smell good.
It doesn't, Chris. It doesn't.
God damn it. I'm getting that spray.
No, it's not that bad. Don't spray me. Don't spray me.
No, I won't spray you, but I'm going to put up a defensive haze.
You're going to put up a defensive haze.
By the way, if it gets over here, I'm hosing you down. Like fucking they hose down Slimer with those beams.
Oh, man, it's like them hosing down Farva and Super Troopers.
Because, like, you know how protein gets when you just, like, leave a protein cup out too long.
But that's when you've added the active ingredient, which is water.
Yeah, what's 70% of your body?
Meat.
That goddamn parochial school.
Steak. Human steak. The danger meat.
If we go on Family Feud ever, you're never
Is
gonna...
it a jackal? Is it a jackal? So Friday, I get the phone call. I'm like, yeah, I might be leaving for Nashville on Tuesday. But at that point, I'm like, I've got bigger fish to fry. Because I had bigger things ahead of me the next day. So that night, Tyler invited me to go see Jamie XX at the Hollywood Bowl. And we had a garden box.
Jamie Dos Equis?
Jamie Dos Equis, who's half of the XX. It was a DJ set. Usually not my vibe, but I really like him.
Oh, okay.
Because I like the XX band.
Oh,
and so they have separate...
So it's Jamie...
XX.
Also XX.
And then there's Naomi XX, I believe is her name. But I think she just goes by, I don't know. But together they are the XX.
Oh, okay.
So I saw them on Friday. We had a great time. Went home as soon as the show was done because the next morning...
Also, sorry to interrupt again, but just so I know and other people know, a DJ set means there was no band.
I think the Philharmonic played with someone before. I don't know. We showed up late.
Okay.
So, no.
But the stuff you saw was just a DJ.
It was just a DJ, but the girl from the XX came out and they did an old song together because and they're also about to get back together.
And she played like an instrument?
She plays guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Which was awesome. And so went home right after that because I had to wake up super early on Saturday because I had to take the SAT.
I forgot. Oh, I forgot. I can't remember who told. Someone else told me. I think someone not in the family. One of our friends knew that you were taking the SAT, and I can't remember why. Go ahead. How was it? So let's just walk through it. What time did you have to check in?
7:45 a.m.
So at a high school.
At a high school.
In?
Thousand Oaks, California.
Okay.
So that was an hour drive.
You walk in.
So it's one of those California high schools where the hallways are outside.
Oh, wow.
You just walk up to the door to the classroom.
Oh,
basically.
Okay.
So anyway, I get there and there's a student drop-off line. and then I got stuck in because it's the only way to get to the parking lot. And I was like, no.
There's no fantasy football adult punishment line.
No. So I peeled out. I found a way to peel out, and I got my own parking spot.
You found a way to peel out in the...
Like, peel away.
Oh, okay.
And
'cause
so...
if you ever get that Patriot to fucking spin its back tire...
Oh, it does all the time, Chris. If you're on a hill, every time.
I'll bet.
It's like almost all it does. I have to have snow chains in the summer. But... So I'll pull in, and I'm just sitting in my car watching all of these children. High schoolers or children. I remember being like a freshman in high school and looking at the seniors and being like, those are adults.
Those are full-on adults.
And now I look at them and I'm like, you can't drive.
You can't.
There's no way.
Yeah. And they look older than we did.
I don't know. These kids looked young.
Wow.
Well, also, they were like pandemic high school years, too. So I'm sure they don't have as... Anyway.
They're like veal, kind of. They were stuck inside.
Yeah, pretty
only
much.
fed milk.
Yeah, they look young.
All right.
And so I'm driving to go take this test, and Mom and Dad, I'm talking to them on the drive up, and they were like, did you remember a pencil? And I was like, fuck. Also, I'm rolling up without a calculator. I already know I look very much older than everyone else here.
Oh, so sidebar, real quick. Our friend Jess, who was supposed to send you a calculator because apparently she's a math major and has every...
Two masters in
and has
statistics.
every TI...
Texas Instrument Calculator. She was supposed to send me one, but they couldn't find him.
Yeah, because her mom's like not in a good way, and she knows where they are.
That.
Yeah. Anywho, she
Yeah,
again
bring that
apologized.
down.
She's the one who told me.
Yeah, of course. Everyone figured that out before you.
Bing bang bong.
Oh my God, is that coffee in there?
No, it's water.
You should maybe have some. Get on my level. So, and also there's nowhere to. It's too late. I don't want to be late.
Yeah.
Which also I could have been so late and no one would have given a fuck. But so my room was late to be opened up. It's like all these kids who don't know each other.
Yeah. And you show up.
And I show up.
Fucking Penny Lane.
Yeah, I wore a hat, a hoodie, a mask, even though no one else was wearing a mask. Although during the test I took it off because I couldn't breathe. It was so stressful. And the test isn't the worst part. The worst part was realizing that I didn't have a pencil and being 36 years old and having to ask this group of like 20 teenagers if I could borrow a pencil.
I'll give you a cigarette
for
per pencil.
For the biggest day of their lives.
I will buy any of you kids beer after this if you can just spot me a pencil.
I'll smoke you up at the fucking teacher's lounge after this.
I'll show you a nipple, nerd.
Literally, nerd.
I will show you
I know you've never seen a nipple that you're not related to.
Fucking...
So fucking, there's this line of 20 kids. Everyone's just standing there in silence waiting to be let in. It's very tense because everyone's nervous. And I stand like in front of this line. I was like, hey. Hey.
You gotta own that moment.
Does anyone have a pencil? Does anyone have an extra pencil? And it was 20 blank faces just staring back at me.
Like, wait, what?
You done? It's the one thing you were supposed to bring today.
But also, why are you here? Like, you know, they're like, she must have just got off heroin or something. Like, she's trying to build her life back up.
This really nice kid behind me had an extra pencil. He was, and very sheepishly gave it to me. But,
show him that.
Not on purpose.
Touch your bum.
Yeah, so anyway, the test is, it was 5 hours of my life. And so there's 5 sections. That's because I did the SAT with no essay.
Oh, good.
So
no SAT.
No essay, yeah. So there's 5 sections, and the first was reading comprehension, and then the second one was like a writing one, but multiple choice, like how you structure things and when you're writing and stuff. And then the third section was math without a calculator. Didn't do great. Did not do great. I don't know what a function is. I don't know what a constant is. I don't think I ever did know.
No, you never got that high.
I've never got that high up. But there were a lot of them on the SAT.
Yeah, no, that's...
a lot of functions.
That's pre-calculus and some straight-up calculus.
Yeah, so, and then the next section is math with a calculator, which is the longest section. And I'm just sitting there like, like, I bet these kids think I'm real smart. Because before when they're announcing it, they're like, it is math with a calculator, but all these questions can be answered without using a calculator. And I was like, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Girl who didn't bring a pencil.
I've been analog since day one, you cunts.
They checked my abacus at the door. And so then
I sold my TI-82 for crack.
that was back in Aught 2.
Any of you kids got any crack?
I mean a pencil, extra pencil.
Pencil or a TI-82.
Or crack.
But it's got to have drug wars on it, so I have something to do.
Oh, it got to the point where I was like checking the seconds away with tick marks on the test page.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, counting down the minutes.
So now they just think you're autistic?
Oh, and then I wrote like song lyrics in there. I drew a pizza.
God damn it.
I drew me getting sucked up by an alien. A UFO.
What, like on the booklet?
Like on the inside of the test pages.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to use it for your work. That was my work. And then,
Did you turn the booklet back in?
of course I did.
God, I hope they look at that.
I wrote my own little essay in one of the pages
No,
of
you
the math
didn't.
with calculator
you
section
didn't.
of why to not get a musical theater degree.
God damn it.
It was 3 bullet points. It was pretty succinct.
Yeah, because y'all aren't really good at English.
Oh, got it. So the last
Why is
section
this third bullet in Shakespeare talk?
She wrote it in iambic pentameter, though, so that's partial credit.
Let's fucking go ahead.
So the last section, section 5, is now like a mystery section,
No way.
which is either reading comprehension, science, or math with calculator.
Man,
I got fucking math with calculator, which is bullshit. Ashton got reading comprehension. He can read. Oh, it was definitely one of the most humbling experiences of my life.
Oh, man.
It's a hilarious punishment.
How long till you find out?
They said 2 to 4 weeks about my test scores. And there is no way I have a 4-digit score. There is just no way. There's no way.
What's average?
What's the average SAT score? It's 1060.
Okay. Can't wait. You might get fired. It's going to end up on your permanent record.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Did you use your social security number?
Of course I did.
Well, then it's going to end up
Who
on...
has my permanent record?
I don't-
The principal of the skies?
The-
Who is this? Who knows all this stuff? I thought the police know the police stuff. The government
principal of the
knows the government
skies.
stuff. There's like, who has the main files?
Oh, how hilarious. Wait, is your principal still alive, the high school principal?
Yes, he's still the principal there.
Oh, that'd be funny. If
Pasentino.
he gets some update. Some weird principal LinkedIn.
She didn't apply to colleges yet again.
Well, look at this. The only thing she's worse at than fantasy football is the SATs.
Well, it also sucked because I had so much adrenaline when I got home. Like I wanted to take a nap. There was no way I could.
Just going over it in your head.
Not even that. I was just like trying to come down, and I was just like, just
Coming down off that math high.
coming down off that math high. It was tough. It was tough.
Man.
So yeah.
So afterwards, did you say anything? Did you talk to any of the kids?
No, absolutely not.
So but they definitely talked about you.
I mean, sure. I did my best to like keep a low prof, not interrupt these kids on what,
Yeah.
you know.
Like you would have been you look like a high school kid for like an 80s sitcom.
Thank you. I haven't had Botox since December, you dick.
Well, I'm just saying that's
I'll
when
get no, I need to smooth it
the
out.
90210, like we're in high school, but we're obviously in our 30s.
You don't have to say I'm obviously in my 30s.
Obviously not in high school.
You're not helping.
Okay. Dig up, stupid.
I was just going to say that.
All right, so that was Saturday. What'd you do Saturday? Did you go drink it off on Saturday night?
Aubrey and Tyler came over.
Oh. How was that? What'd you do?
We tried to watch Hocus Pocus 2, and it was bad. And then Tyler left, and Aubrey and I watched Little Shop of Horrors.
But also you were saying, we don't need to say who, but you were saying that one of the people in the movie had already heard it was bad and would just comment about how bad it was.
Oh, yeah.
During the entire time.
No, that's fine. I'll say it was Tyler. He was like, I heard it's terrible. And then the whole time he was like, this is so bad. And also, anytime Aubrey gets a chance to shit on something, she's going to jump at it.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's like her favorite thing to do.
Now, we're talking about just like in jest, like not like actual pooping on stuff.
Little column A, little column B.
Okay, good to know. So which sucks for any experience. Even if it does kind of suck, it doesn't make it any better by talking about how much it sucks.
Yeah, and then I got stuck in 30 minutes of school traffic trying to get out of the parking lot.
Oh, okay, so we're going back to that. So
Yeah.
you got stuck in traffic in, stuck in traffic out.
Yeah.
The Patriot couldn't fucking off-road.
Patriot did great. Yeah, no, the Patriot can't off-road. You know, it can barely road.
Oh, the old Toby Keith.
I love this car and grill. How was your, well, because then Sunday I didn't do anything.
You watch football?
I did on my couch, and then I went over to Tyler's to watch the Chiefs game with our mutual friend who's Australian, who was like, what are they doing? What's that for? What are they doing now?
No.
But that's annoying because that's how my Australian accent sounds.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
actually, we were explaining to him, like, what's going on.
Okay.
And every time he'd be like, that seems good, right? That seems good. And Tyler was like, this is the game to watch with the Chiefs and the Bucks.
It was a fun game.
It was a fun game. I left before the fourth quarter started just because I was tired and, potentially had to pack my whole life the next day. So
Yeah, they made it interesting, as they always do, the Bucks.
Yep. And now Tom Brady has nothing to care about except for football.
Yeah, Giselle, him, hiring divorce lawyers.
You love to see it.
Yeah, it's weirdly timed, and I've said that before. It seems like all of this should have gone down when he announced that he was coming back. And,
Well, I'm sure that, yeah.
And now, is she that smart where she was like, I'm going to do this shit during the season so that it fucks with him? And that way, not only if he wants to come back, I'm going to fuck with his season?
I think it's both of them, both of their publicists working in tandem.
Oh, that's fair.
Because we talked about it when he came out of retirement. Is he playing that great right now? No. Are we talking about him? Now, yes, because he's getting divorced.
Yeah, but also there's an excuse. Then in lies the excuse of why he's playing like shit is because his life is in tatters.
Could be.
But that's when you go out onto the field and you go, I'm going to take all this pain and I'm going to send it out into the, I'm going to fucking...
Tom Brady doesn't feel anything. He's like, give me avocado and broccoli. Let me make out with my son. Football.
You
sleep."
wonder now that he's sad because of the divorce, he's just like eating regular things now. Like,
Does not compute.
I had 4 Thin Mints last night, you bitch.
Sugar turns him into like a raging
You
alcoholic.
can't see 2 of my abs. Well, I had an interesting turn of events. I played in West Palm.
Did you also? Oh, I was going to say, did you also take the SAT?
No. I only took the ACT, and I didn't give much of a shit about it because I knew I was smart enough to get enough to go into to get into KU.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I can walk through this. And I did. And I got like a 27, which was fine. Was it as good as I could have done? No. But has it affected my life in the least?
I think I got like a 27 or a 28.
Yeah.
But Mom made me study for an entire summer.
I think you get a 24. Yeah, because we knew early on that we were going to... You weren't just,
Listen, I did so bad on the math section, I had to take a math class in college that didn't even count towards math.
No, it was just, they're like, we don't know what the fuck these people have been teaching you, but we're just going to make sure you know what all the numbers mean.
I had to take the same class.
That is not surprising in the least. I bet she had to take that class again when she got her California driver's license.
No, she didn't. She actually hooked up with her TA, so she passed the class.
God damn it. Anywho, so there was this little thing called Hurricane Ian last week.
Oh, you're being facetious because it wasn't little. It was devastating.
Yeah, there you go. It kind of made a hook around West Palm. It didn't hit it very hard at all. However, I was flying through Charlotte, and at the time that I would have had to fly from Charlotte to West Palm, we would have had to basically fly around the hurricane. And I didn't want to do that. And so called American Airlines, and I was like, hey, because I was supposed to take a red eye, is there any way I can leave in the morning, fly through Dallas, and then I'll just sneak in behind said hurricane? And they said, you know what, you can do that. So I said, great. So next morning, got on
little backdoor hurricane sneak.
Right. Got on the plane, passed out, woke up to someone looking for medical help on the plane.
Uh-oh.
Which has happened a couple of times this year, and every other time, knock on wood, I guess, nothing had happened. Like, they were just like, everything's fine. At worst, they'd be like, hey, when we get there, there's some paramedics that are going to come on and take this person off. And this time,
I had that happen this year.
And this time they were like, this guy's not in a good way. We have to divert to El Paso. And I'm like, that's like 40 minutes short of where we're going at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this guy better, in my head, I'm like, this guy better be fucked up. And meanwhile, I'm in the fucking...
He comes out with a head wound, like, what did he get hit with?
Well, then all of a sudden I'm like, do I hear beeping? And then you hear beep, beep. I'm like, oh, that guy's hooked up to a machine. And then we divert to El Paso, we land, and I look down, I'm like, okay, I got hour, 15-minute layover. If we can get down, drop this dude off, get back up in 30, 45 minutes, which is reasonable, because it's fucking El Paso, right? We're pulling up to 9 gates. 3 of them are being used. So we pull up. Fucking Earl and Cletus guide us in. And the paramedics come on. They're super professional. Grab them. They're on and off 10 minutes. And I'm like, look at us go. This might work. And he's like, we have to do reports and replenish the supplies that we use. And I was like, this might happen. 35 minutes later, we haven't heard shit. By this time, I've called, made other arrangements, realizing that the Thursday show is now canceled because I'm not going to make my... It took them an hour and 15 minutes to find an oxygen tank, which, not super surprising at a tiny-ass airport.
Yeah.
They're probably like, man, we didn't expect you guys to show up. I'll have to run to...
But it still should have an extra one on site. I'm pretty sure that's like FDA rules.
Well, I'm sure they were like, we got it. I just got to find it. FAA.
That's the one.
They're probably just like, I got to find it. It's back there somewhere. Like, Earl, we're going to have to take the fucking tank tent down.
Yo, we have to unhook the PS2.
So they finally find it. We get to... And it was just one of those things where maybe I had enough edibles or like... I'm also like, there's nothing that could have... it's for the greater good. I'd rather this guy survive and miss a show. And they were very apologetic and very thankful to everyone for... No one was a dick.
Nice.
And so by the time I got to Dallas, I was like, I got 3.5 hours. So I started drinking.
There you go.
Went to a Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, you do want to be buzzed for that.
Yeah, well, that was... I walked around. It was either that or a Papacitos, which seemed basically like a Tex-Mex Fridays from the vibe I was getting, which kind of... Well, that's Chili's, really.
It truly is. You know what I did find out that there is in Nashville?
What is that?
A Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, God.
And it's in the outlet mall.
There's also some really good donuts at Gibson's. The chicken at Gus's is really good.
I've heard Prince's is the one. Oh, that's the OG.
Call Zach Myers. He'll tell you everywhere to go.
Cool.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry. That's Memphis. Those are both Memphis. I fucked up.
Don't forget to hit Beale Street.
Yeah. And don't forget Graceland.
You can get your picture pretending to shoot Martin Luther King Jr. It's not really part of the tour, but it's a guy to the side. It's kind of an underground business. He only takes cash.
God damn it. Same rifle, though. Jesus Christ. Well, it's been a fun run, Andy.
Canceled. Canceled.
Guess we won't. Guess you don't need to take the mic stuff with you to fucking Nashville. So anyway, by the time I got to West Palm, I had enough time to get dinner and have a nice night to myself. And then shows Friday were all the shows were great. It's a big room, and I hadn't been there in 12 years. Like, it had been so long that they had actually moved it.
Are you sure that maybe you just didn't grow?
Well, I haven't.
Or shrunk. Shrunk.
Well, it's also next door, so I must have gone sideways as well.
No, yeah, Alice in Wonderland did it. I don't even know what that means.
You're an insane person. Anyway,
Yeah. Sitting over here with my garlic and onion nuts. You want to try one? You'd love them.
No, you can stay over there with those fucking breath stankers.
I just have to go to Bomba later.
I can't wait to see you there. Bet I smell you before I see you.
Everyone will.
What smells like a fart in a mouth? Oh, Andy, you're here.
Hey, guys. My last workout.
But so I've been there in a while, and there were definitely I wouldn't say a large, there was definitely a contingent of people there at every show that were there to see me. And then there was a much larger contingent of people there that had gotten an email and felt my video was good enough. Who had gotten an email and felt my video was good enough.
Oh, I thought you were going to re-say something other than good enough because the dryer told you you were wrong.
No, I was just redoing for the edit, but now you're just leaving it in there. Mm-hmm. Anywho, I should have just gone with the bit. God damn it. Anywho,
It's bad commitment.
Bad commitment. So it was just a lot of, and that's the rub when you go to any new venue when you're at my level. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, people come out, they see you, and they're real excited the next time they come out. You know what I'm saying? But this time it was fun, but there was definitely times where like there'd be 400 people in the room, and I felt like I was opening. It kind of felt like I was opening for a band a little bit.
No.
Because there'd be like 30% of people killing it, and then 30% of people that laughed a little bit, and 30% of people that were like,
who are
I'd
you?
rather talk to my friends, but I'm interested. So, but it was fun. The staff was amazing. Sold some merch. The weather was like, I couldn't have picked, like, if you're going to go to West Palm, pick the back end of a hurricane that doesn't hit it because it's very nice.
Perfect.
And thanks to everybody that came out. And then the flight back, complete opposite of the flight there. I had like a 4-hour layover, got to the airport, go, hey, I have a long-ass layover. They go, you're right, you do. Let's go ahead and confirm you on this earlier flight, which I got upgraded on. And then when I landed at LAX, I was like, you know what I want? Is a fucking Dunkin' Donuts coffee, because that's my favorite coffee. We pulled up to the gate that the Dunkin' Donuts coffee place was at. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Pre-ordered?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know we were pulling up to that gate. We walk in. I'm like, coffee, grab a coffee, get my bags. Anyway, we had a great softball game. We didn't win.
But we played well.
Played well, especially defensively.
Yes.
Couldn't hit the ball. There were 6 innings where we only had 1 run. I'm not going to tell you who scored it all by themselves. Was
it you?
It was me. But then the 7th inning, we scored 10 runs. We needed 11. And it was.
We did. It was an amazing rally, though.
It was an amazing rally, and it was almost, had we rallied and held on and won, it would have been our first winning season.
Maybe next year.
But hey, we're going to go to the playoffs. And
next year in Jerusalem.
And we're going to be. And I'll tell you what, Rue. I'm going to say this out loud on the pod. People are recording it. You fucking improved immensely this year.
Thank you.
You're a fence over there at first now. Making stops.
Making the big plays.
Getting the picks.
Making the big plays.
But yeah, we had a great week. And then yesterday I went bowling, and it was fun until I think maybe 6 or 7 mobsters of an Eastern European country came up next to me and my date. And then it was like, we might be on a documentary where we're talked about in the past tense. But we got out of there, and then I went to Sugarfish for the first time in a very long time, and it was good times.
They were like my friend.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was that. But guess what time it is?
Listener mail time.
If you have questions, concerns, need life advice, send it to 1 millionth pod, all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. The first one's from Aaron, Aaron, if you will. Aaron in Prairie Village.
PV.
Chris, Andi, Automan, what's up? Maybe I missed it, but I don't know how or if Andi's one chip challenge went down. It did not. She did not procure.
I didn't have to do it. I actually, funny that this got brought up because I forgot about that until today.
Yeah.
And I recall I got a video from Richard Karn, who played Al Borland on Home Improvement.
Name drop.
To send a video that said I shouldn't have to do that because only an insane person would do that.
Well, good for you.
And they were like, since you got a video from Al Borland, then yes, you can sidestep that challenge.
Well, great. He said also, Chris, have you ever performed for the Big Slick, which is a large charity event that occurs in Kansas City? Like, they play softball at Kauffman Stadium, and then they have like a big event, which is now at Sprint Center or T-Mobile Center.
Who?
Big Slick. Like, the big evening event is now.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I have not been invited. I'm not part of that. As has been kind of the case in a lot of my life. I'm not really part of the Cool Kids crew.
You know, I've heard some things about that group, and I don't really think that's a group you want to be a part of.
No, but I would like to just be acknowledged. You know, I feel like I've done enough in that space to where I should be a part of it.
For sure.
Or at least have been asked. We don't have to hang out. But and he even says, but it seems like a natural fit. And it does. And it is what it is. He says, and fucking Aaron says, they went this year. It was a good time. So yeah, I would like to go. Haven't been asked. Would love to be a part of it. Wouldn't hold a grudge if they asked me. However, Columbus, Ohio, they did ask me to be part of their charity softball game. So I get to play in a minor league park. So maybe if I spend some time in the minors.
There you go.
And I can just
get your batting average up.
I can send them like a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
And
highlight reel. It's called a highlight reel when you're not an actor.
Oh, okay. And then maybe I will just make like ooh, you know what I should do?
Ooh.
Because what I also did this weekend was I made a video for Rebalance.
So good.
Which was they weren't happy with the video that I sent, and I wasn't really happy with them. So I kind of made a video that it was either like, they're either going to love this or I get to walk away from this contract. And they loved it. And so it kind of sparked my interest into doing that. So maybe I'll just make like a pitch video after I do the Columbus charity event.
Yeah.
And just post that on Instagram.
Get some highlight footage of yourself playing.
Yeah.
And then also making jokes. Footage of you in the dugout.
And then also like jokes of me in Kansas City, or also watching Paul Rudd and Rob Riggle movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he says, anyway, that was from Aaron. The next one's from John.
Johnny.
Hey, Chrisser. I don't know if you've earned that right. Andy Rue, Automan. Those are kind of family names, but we appreciate the fact that you feel close enough.
Who was this?
John with an H. My sister is getting married to her partner in November and has asked me to be her best man.
Gay.
I think that was like the worst time for you to say that, actually.
No, it's fine.
Okay. We've always been close, and her partner has become a close friend too. I'm sure I'll be expected to make a toast of some sort, but I'm dog shit at public speaking, and of course I'm procrastinating on preparing till now. Well, when's the wedding? First off, anyway, are you supposed to start with a joke? Any tips or tricks y'all might know would be great. Thanks, Belly Scratches for Otto. Thanks, Belly Scratches for Otto. Fuck you, come on by, Dumblefuck John. Man, first off, no one's expecting you to be amazing.
No.
Everyone knows that you don't speak for a living.
Yes.
So just go up there, open with a joke. Don't let it be too mean. Let it be good, well-intentioned, and something that, listen, people ask me to come, fans have oft asked me to come to their weddings and perform. And while it seems like a good idea to them, what I tell them is grandma's not going to find me funny, especially in that, like, you don't want to surprise people with comedy. So
I got surprised with a puppet show once at a wedding, like a year ago, and it went on for so long. It was cool, but it was just like, this is so many puppets. Also, the Chiefs were on. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, keep it fairly short. Keep it good-hearted. Don't call her a whore.
Unless it's a bit.
You can imply it. But, don't make keep it to like 2 minutes, maybe 3, which seems a lot longer than you think it is.
Yeah.
And rehearse it in the mirror. And because you think you'll nail it and you won't.
Just have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
3 paragraphs.
You don't have
some
to know
bullet points.
Yeah, you don't have to know word for word because they know you. They don't know you forgot something. You know what I'm saying? So
Also, you can read it off your phone. Our cousin did that at our other cousin's wedding, and it was just fine.
Just and bullet points are good.
Yeah, you're gonna be great.
You'll be great.
Also,
John.
everyone's afraid of public speaking. It's not just you.
We have a correction from our friend Annie, actually.
Annie, are you okay?
She says she's fine. Hey, Porters. As someone with an eclectic teenage dirtbag history, including a 1-year stint as a Juggalette.
Ooh, color me intrigued, Annie.
I can say with near certainty that there's no Insane Clown Posse song called The Dinner Party. I think Andy was referring to the Nedden game, N-E-D-E-N, in which Violent J explains in horrific detail what he would do to make a good first impression on a potential date's parents, ultimately ending with dry fucking her mother.
That's exactly what it is. That is the name of the game. Thank you.
Lyrical masterpiece it is not. But it's still,
First thing, well, I had to think about it.
but it still gets me in the giggles whenever it pops up on shuffle. You can wash the Faygo off the girl, but you can't rinse the Faygo out of her heart. What a beautiful ending. That might be one of the more beautiful endings to any. And what better way to end listener mail than to with that beautiful ending? So yes, and of course, insert listener mail
Manscaped ad here.
Unless,
are you actually going to record a Manscaped ad this week?
I will have much more time this week, and yes, I will get it done.
We'll see.
We'll see. If not, I've laid down some gold. What up, portheads, dumblefucks, and talent receivers? Chris Porter here again to tell you about my ball sack. Hey, folks, if you go to Travelocity.com and search best crotches west of the Mississippi, you'll see I'm number 3 now, just below The Rock and Jennifer Aniston, and a lot of that is thanks to Manscaped.com. Proper grooming requires precision-engineered tools. Not only do a man's sensitive areas require it, but hygiene demands it. And Manscaped skin-safe technology sets their blades 3 millimeters back for maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. So go to Manscaped.com, enter in the promo code 1millionthpod, and you'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. And when you do, not only will you help out yourself, your balls, but also the pod. So, did you watch the Rams game this week?
I did not because we were playing softball.
Oh, that's right. We were, so I didn't watch it either. I'd seen the highlight, but did you see where there was like a guy that ran onto the field with like
the pink
flare,
yeah,
and then
like a smoke bomb kind of?
The player smoked him.
Yeah, they laid his shit out.
Yeah. Well, he's looking to sue.
Of course he is.
Which, go fuck yourself. If you run onto a thing where you're trespassing, they already have the right to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yes.
Now, granted, he doesn't own the place, but he is a representative for someone that does.
Right.
And so, now, had it been an away guy, maybe not. But the guy that owns the stadium owns the Rams. No, he owns the Chargers. Which one is it? Damn it.
Glad you did your research. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know I was going to make that point. I was just pontificating.
Wasn't he also with some like organization that was protesting something?
Get back to it.
Weren't they protesting like eating meat or something, or breast cancer, or King Charles?
Arm of the Paint. The Flam was arrested. Does not say what he was looking to.
What do you call someone who does that? Field rusher?
They're calling him a streaker, although he had his clothes on for the most part.
Yes, according to Direct Action Everywhere, the individuals performed the stunt in order to raise awareness for a trial involving the alleged theft of pigs from a factory farm. The organization said the man suffered a burn injury during the incident. Otherwise, they're a bit beaten up, but they seem to be in good spirits.
The burn from the flare that he had?
I'm sure it's from getting tackled.
But also, he could have also burned himself when he lit the flare, because I have a feeling that guy's not real. That was probably his first time with a flare.
Yeah, he looks like someone who doesn't eat meat.
Yeah. Or a guy that would use a flare when his car broke down. He would just call AAA and then his mom.
Yeah. Well, I'd call Mom first, and she'd say call AAA.
Yeah, here's my number. I'll send you a picture of the card.
Yeah. What a dumbass.
Well, and I'm sure it's a thing where lawyers contacted him and said, like, you might have a case, or better yet, they'll just settle out of court. But also, if that guy was like, they tackled me too hard, fuck off is kind of my... You know, you run onto the field. I think that's the most fun outcome for the fan, is when the player tackles him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would just love to see and I would love to see this precedent get set to where they're like, some judge says, no, you run on the field where they're playing football and you're not supposed to be on there. They can do whatever the fuck they want to you, as long as it's a legal football move. And then just watch fans get stuck.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. Maybe pitch that as a show to one of your bosses. Maybe we can get it off the ground. Anywho, go ahead.
So, my favorite Twitter website, or my Twitter website.
All right, Dad.
My favorite Twitter account, Uberfacts.
Yes.
About a week ago, they tweeted out, you'd have to consume nearly 1,500 pounds of cannabis within 15 minutes to lethally overdose.
That sounds like too much.
That is the weight of a mature Holstein cow.
But that's also something that's easily Googleable.
Right, but also, can you imagine eating an entire cow in 15 minutes?
If you do it at some restaurants in Texas, you get the whole cow for free.
Well, good, because it's already in you.
Yeah. I ate the bones.
I ate the bones! But, I don't know. That's a lot. It's also how much a polar bear weighs.
Hold on. I'm just asking Google. They want me to register for some site. You piece of shit. Oh, wait. Here it is on Business Insider. Hold on. All right. Well, I can't find anything that says it isn't true.
Well, I'm glad we took that time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to see what I can do. I wonder if you can just blend it, just blender it, compress it to it's like a 1,500-pound brownie. And then as soon as it's inside, you're like, oh, it did kill him, because then it expanded.
It's got to be like some kind of metal.
He pooped 1,200 pounds. Oh, man. Well, don't eat 1,500 pounds of pot when you're in Nashville.
I won't. It's very illegal there.
I wouldn't, especially in Nashville. I don't know about very.
Well, I mean, just from the Google is pot legal in Nashville standpoint. They said it is very illegal.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been fun.
I can't wait to see you again, which will be in a month. And we won't do a podcast, but I will see you via Zoom.
Yes.
And we will see you maybe via Zoom. You might see our faces for the first time.
Yeah, maybe.
We're like the Deftones. Or no, who are the
Jabberwockies?
No. Who are the ones that had the masks? The two DJs.
Daft Punk?
Daft Punk.
The Deftones.
Well, I was close.
No, you weren't.
Daft Punk, Deftones. Super close.
If audiobooks are reading, yes.
Oh, by the way, we got an email about that. We'll read it next week. Guess what? You lose.
You know what? I don't think we need to pod these next 2 months.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me.
Besides Nashville.
You can find me on Instagram at Andi Port and on Twitter at Andi Porter. And you can find me on TikTok at Andi Porter with 4, 5 R's, 3 R's, I think.
Bunch of R's.
There's a bunch of R's. And you can find the pod on Twitter at the number 1 in the words millionth pod.
And on Instagram at the words 1 millionth pod. That's all words 1 million with a TH and a POD. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Chris Porter. I consolidated. And also you can find my dates at chrisportercomedy.com. Coming up this weekend, I will be in Austin. I will be in... Nope. Wait for it. Wait. I'm doing one night in Dayton at the Funny Bone. So check that out.
Gonna be one funny night. Just
in Dayton.
one funny night.
Motherfucker in Dayton.
One funny night.
In Dayton.
One funny night. Get your tickets.
And as always, I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by. Man.
Well, saddle up.
For what?
Ride them dogies.
For what?
I'm getting you ready for Nashville talk.
Is that what they say? They ride dogs?
They ride dogies.
They ride doggies?
The big ones. They look like cows.
That sounds awesome.